The Curse of the Churrail. In the remote village of Khandar, nestled deep within the shadowy confines of an ancient forest, a chilling legend persisted. The villagers spoke of a malevolent spirit, a Churrail, a female Jinn cursed by her own wickedness. Her presence was marked by the eerie stillness that would fall over the village on certain nights, when even the bravest souls dared not leave their homes. The Churrail was no ordinary spirit. She was a grotesque being with long, matted hair that hung over her pale, gaunt face. But her most terrifying feature was her feet, twisted and deformed, facing backward, an unnatural curse that was a harbinger of doom. Generations ago, the Churrail was said to have been a woman of the village, beautiful but with a heart as dark as the night. Consumed by jealousy and rage, she had made a pact with dark forces, trading her soul for eternal beauty and power. But the pact came with a terrible price upon her death. She was condemned to roam the earth as a Churrail, thirsting for human blood, forever cursed to wear her shame on her twisted feet. The villagers knew better than to venture into the forest at night, but there were always those who were too foolish or too desperate to heed the warnings. On the nights of the new moon, when the darkness was absolute, the Churrail would emerge from the depths of the forest, her presence heralded by the distant sound of anklets, a mocking echo of her past life. The unlucky souls who crossed her path would be found the next morning, drained of blood, their bodies contorted in unnatural poses, as if trying to escape an unimaginable horror. One such night, a young woman named Rhea, desperate to find her lost brother, dared to venture into the cursed forest. The villagers had warned her of the Churrail, but grief and love blinded her to the dangers. As she wandered deeper into the woods, the air grew thick with a malevolent energy. The trees twisted and gnarled as if trying to warn her away. The soft jingling of anklets echoed through the silence, growing louder with each step she took. Panic set in as Rhea realized she was being watched. She could feel eyes on her, cold and calculating, as if the forest itself had come alive. Then, from the shadows, the Churrail emerged, her eyes glowing with an unnatural hunger. Rhea froze, her heart pounding in her chest as the creature's backward feet scraped against the forest floor, a reminder of the twisted curse that bound her. The Churrail's long, bony fingers reached out, and with a speed that defied her grotesque form, she lunged at Rhea. Rhea tried to run, but the forest seemed to close in around her, the paths twisting and turning, leading her deeper into the Churrail's lair. The sound of the anklets was deafening now, a relentless rhythm that echoed in her mind, driving her to the brink of madness. She stumbled upon an ancient, decaying shrine, where the ground was stained with the blood of countless victims. The air was thick with the stench of death and decay, a testament to the Churrail's insatiable thirst for blood. Desperate, Rhea turned to face the Churrail, her back against the crumbling stone altar. The creature's eyes burned with a cold, cruel intelligence as she approached, her blood-red lips curling into a malevolent smile. With a strength born of sheer terror, Rhea grabbed a jagged piece of stone and struck at the Churrail, but the weapon shattered against the Jinn's cursed form, leaving her unharmed. The Churrail let out a piercing scream, a sound that echoed through the forest, sending shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. She closed the distance between them in an instant, her long fingers wrapping around Rhea's throat. As the life drained from Rhea's body, the Churrail's twisted feet danced in a macabre rhythm, the anklets jingling in time with her dying heartbeat. The next morning, the villagers found Rhea's lifeless body near the shrine, her face frozen in an expression of abject terror. The blood had been drained from her body, and her limbs were twisted in ways that defied nature. The legend of the Churrail grew stronger, and the villagers knew that they were powerless against her. The cursed forest remained a place of dread, where the Churrail waited, her thirst for blood never satisfied, always hungry for the next soul foolish enough to wander into her domain. And so, the Churrail continued to haunt the shadows of the forest, a twisted specter of rage and sorrow, forever bound to the curse she had brought upon herself. The villagers could only hope that one day, someone brave enough or foolish enough would find a way to break the curse, to free the Churrail from her eternal torment. But until that day came, the forest remained her hunting ground, a place where the deadliest of predators walked on backward feet.